All right, welcome everyone back this week for this week's game. Today we have the Madison Marvels Gold team facing off against the Nomads. We'll see here today how the Marvels performed. Had a couple of rough weeks the past few, but we are looking forward to this match against the Nomads and taking their first victory. Today we have the usual lineup for the Marvels. We got the gold team with Poison Apple. I believe she is going as the front line here today. Dreamer doing both doing a wonderful job of both the front line and the support role. We'll see what she chooses to do this week. And then we got Luigi up here with the damage this time. I believe he has changed his role this week. We'll see how he does as that as well. And then we got 007 Climber. With that damage and frontline role, XP Liam going in there with that support role as well. And then Frost. We've seen his Junkrat a few times here make a big impact into the game. So look forward to seeing that here today. We are just waiting for the Nomads to get their last kid in here, and then we will be getting on with this match. This week we are doing a little bit of a different format. It'll still be best of 3, but we will be doing the first 2 maps as a control map, and then the last one will be a hybrid style map. And I will explain the games and the maps as they come up here. But just as a general overview, that will be how we do it this week. And before we get going on here, I just wanted to let everyone know that we are having our tryouts again for the next season of XPO. We have both Overwatch and Fortnite going on this January, so make sure to sign up. You can sign up on xpleague.gg and then go ahead and find the Madison, Wisconsin sign-up page. And it looks like the Franklin team might not have their 6th player, so they will be substituting in an AI for the time being. And we'll see how that plays into effect for the Nomads here. Yes, and it looks like they will be using AI for the time being. And so we will be getting into the match shortly here, right after this break. Alrighty, here we are, and it looks like it ended up being that Franklin will be using the AI Tobjorn there. If you can't see it, then that one is on the far right for the Nomads there.
Ready for battle.
And we see here as the first map, have not seen this one before, but is a very urban map. Going to be a lot of choke points here, but as a control map, both teams are fighting for this middle point here, and whoever is able to capture it will tick up the percentage as they get going here. First one to 100% will take those points here. And as we start from the Madison Marvels, we see that Doomfist from Frost over here. We have seen it a few times, have not seen it do too much as of lately, but some of the other teams that they have been facing have used it to great effect, so we'll see how Frost has taken this champion and see if he can use it to as great of effect. And it looks like to start off with, Madison is taking out two of them, but the revival from that Mercy, a really important revival right there to keep the teams even here. But it looks like that Franklin team got all of that ultimate really fast there, and will change the tide of that battle there. And as we continue on here, the Lucio coming in here a little hot, ends up getting eliminated right there. A little bit too ambitious with that initial push, but as we get going on here, we got the front line from that tank right there, and then we have the Diva as well for the damage and backup. And as they contest here, trying to get them off, but that Reinhardt in the back line taking out the back with the help of that Zarya shield, unable to do much damage for that. And we have Poison Apple going in, but she gets quickly eliminated there. The face-off between the Diva and that Lucio. Diva takes a retreating stance there. The Doomfist trying to put some damage in. Looks like Madison will regroup here, trying to get that push. The point is already on to 60% here, so they're going to have to move up pretty soon. Coming around that right side once again, Lucio from the back gets pushed off, or the Doomfist gets pushed off there by Lucio. Very unfortunate there. Ultimate comes out from Moira. The ultimate comes out from the Reinhardt. Gets three of them there and ends up eliminating most of the Madison team. And they're going to have to start retreating here once again. They're up to 88% now. For the Franklin Nomads, the Madison Marvels are going to have to make this last push count. Or they might not even get onto this point in time. The Lucio trying to get up there, but unfortunately ticks up just too late for that as the ultimate comes out from Madison. That was quite a quick match right there. First round goes to the Franklin Nomads. And we saw there the ultimate abilities were not coming out as fast for the Marvels there. Not getting enough points of damage or shielding in order to get those ultimates charged up. which was really the deciding factor there for that game. Just too many ultimates from the Franklin Nomads for the Marvels to do too much there. We will see how they adjust their strategy. It looks like a couple of different picks here with the Sombra and the McCree, both very high damage. Well, the McCree is a very high damage character that is able to stun characters as well as his ultimate ability, which allows him to fire at everyone within his range, dealing massive amounts of damage. It looks like here you can see that stunning the Reaper right there. The hard thing about this character, though, being played by Luigi, is that you have to have very precise aim in order to use this character. Looks like he is doing a good job here with the Dreamer coming in here with the D.Va, cleaning up some of this Franklin team. The revival from 007 Climber from the Mercy, getting that Reinhardt back into the battle. The Reaper, however, is in the back line here, doing some damage for Franklin, gets out with that shield, but the point is first taken by the Madison Marvels. Now they just have to keep this point for as long as the Franklin team did last game, and they will be set for victory here. The AI Torbjorn going in there a little bit too hot, perhaps wasn't able to communicate with his team, and going in there and being eliminated. We got the Reinhardt up on the high ground for the Franklin Nomads, taking a lot of heat up there, and the shield goes down for him. Not going to be able to keep that shield up for much longer. It gets braked once again. He goes in with the ultimate, gets 3 right there. Madison staying alive here, trying to stay alive, but it looks like the Mercy is able to live there, which is extremely good for Madison. If that Reinhardt was able to get the Mercy, it would be another story. But with all of this healing here, and then the revival is not able to come through, and Madison will be wiped out here, and the point goes back to the Franklin Nomads. Madison getting half of that point there, doing a good job to secure the points, and now they have to do it once again. And you can see the team composition from the Franklin Nomads has not changed since the last game. Still have that big front line here, and the hack from the Sombra, and the ult from the D.Va doesn't unfortunately get anyone. We got another ult from the Mercy, doing a lot of healing here, keeping that D.Va alive, but she is taken out of her mech, and the ultimate from the Reaper on the Nomad team finds one. And here's that high noon ultimate ability from the McCree, but he's unable to get anyone because they all hide behind that point over there. You see this middle point here, highly contested. Each team trying desperately to get back on this point. The Nomads doing a good job of cleaning up the Madison Marvels right here. And the Marvels regrouping once again. Leading the charge is Poison Apple with the big tank with that huge shield from Reinhardt. We have a little bit of a change from the Marvels team. We have XP Liam on that Zenyatta now. A very high damage support. Is he able to get that Reaper though? Reaper's a very dangerous character to be trying to face. And the ultimate comes out from the Madison Reinhardt, but is taken out after that, and the rest of the Madison team is taken out there as well. And it looks like this first game will be going to the Nomads if they take this second round. A good start from the Madison Marvels there, but just we're not able to get back on that point. And we see the play of the game here from the Nomad Reinhardt here. See in that first game, probably one of the many ultimates that he used right in the beginning of the game. Able to charge up that ultimate so fast that there was no one else that was even close to having that ultimate ability up here. We see that Mercy doing a bunch of damage or bunch of healing by the 007 Climber, doing a good job of trying to keep his team alive, but it just wasn't enough for this first match here. And as we take a quick break here, we will be back with the next game.
Yeah, I'm not gonna rip it. It doesn't matter at all.
Esports is a multi-billion-dollar industry. We're taking that and we're delivering it to elementary and middle school kids.
Yo, you guys are getting pretty wrecked by me. Dad, all right, push up with me.
We're bridging the gap between conventional athletics and competitive gaming. We have kids working on the same technology that the pros are training to improve their skills.
When did you lose? Why did you lose? Like the games that you lost, why did you lose?
Through a partnership with the Positive Coaching Alliance, our coaches go through a double goal certification. They learn not only how to work through the strategies of the different games they're playing, but they also work through how to impact these kids' lives in a positive way. They get to mark and highlight behaviors and attributes that will lead to long-term life skills. You love being battle mercy.
Yes, battle.
No, it's not. Why don't you tell us your favorite move that Mercy does? So what brought me to XP League is the experience of my children. I had always hoped and wanted them to be a part of a youth athletics team. So I realized they all love competitive gaming. So why not marry their passion with what I'm hoping for them to learn and achieve and put healthy, solid values in place in something that the kids want to do and are excited about doing.
Yes, Boop Steve.
Experience points. Every game awards experience points. And what we built here is an experience. Professional level equipment, the top tier partners in esports. They're also getting the experience of sportsmanship values, of working with mentors and coaches, and of being part of the team. It's all about the experience.
I need you.
Nice. Go. Move in now. Push in. We don't have to.
Good game.
Alrighty, welcome back here at the Temple of Anubis. Oh, and it looks like we paused for a second here from the Nomad team. See what that was about real quick here. Looks like we're starting up again, actually. Yep. It looks like one of the Franklin players actually disconnected there, so just a little friendly skirmish that doesn't actually affect the game at the moment. Since there is not enough players, the game will not actually start. Looks like Madison's actually doing a pretty good job here. And as I commentate some gameplay that doesn't affect the actual score, we can analyze perhaps the compositions of each of the teams, although I suspect that they will be changing up here as to not give the enemy team a advantage here.
Initiating match.
And here we go. It looks like the match is now starting. Back to picking each of the characters. Hopefully the Franklin team will be able to keep that one player in the game here, as the other Tobjorn was arguably And it looks like they have not quite got their last person in here. So I will be
Entering the Temple of Anubis. Initiating match.
all right. We won't go on a break. It looks like we actually have it for sure this time. Fingers crossed that focus here on the left side rightmost player is able to stay in the game here as both teams pick their heroes for this next composition. And on this map, we have seen this one before,
Ready for battle.
doing a similar game mode to before, although there is 2 points, pushing from here and then finally trying to secure this middle point here for both teams. And the Madison team defending this point first from the Franklin team here. We got some quite different setups from both teams here. We have the Pharaoh from Frost over here, a very good character to do some long range AoE damage with her rockets. And then we have the Moira from 007 Climber.
Defend objective A.
Not as much healing as the Mercy, but is able to do some decent damage as well. And you see that Pharaoh up here on the high ground is going to be super difficult in order for them to hit as long as he stays in the air, but is very weak, as you can see, once she gets on the ground. And she is at 2 health here. Hopefully someone can get a healing thing, but she found a very Frost actually found a very cheeky spot here. He was eventually eliminated by the Franklin team here, and it looks like the Madison team will have to regroup. There is 3 of them back here in the side of the map, but they might be getting closed in on as they move up here, trying to stay alive to regroup with the team. We have the Diva, Dreamer waiting for the team, as with Frost. Got the Pharah on the high ground, dealing damage from above, but that shield does a good job of blocking the damage from the rockets for the Franklin team here. It looks like kind of a standstill at this point. We have the Reinhardt going in there. The Junkrat doing a bunch of damage for that Franklin team, getting a few eliminations there as Franklin gets a little bit bold and moves up the point. Franklin keeping quite healthy here. Getting those ultimates are pretty close to being full. We already have the Junkrat with that Riptire ready to go. And then the Mercy also gets her ultimate ability ready as well. We have the Doomfist in the back there. Gets in there, but unfortunately is eliminated by that Franklin team. Got 1 elimination on the Mercy. A good pick from Madison, but I'm not sure that they're going to be able to do too much with it, as they are mostly eliminated and will have to walk back here. They might be able to beat that Mercy from the back. You can see her little blue icon way in the back there. And so this is the time for Madison to be pushing up here without that Mercy there to heal the Franklin team. Looks like some damage coming in there from Luigi as the Junkrat. Madison has a few ultimates here that they're able to use. See if they use it at this point, but it looks like, again, they're just getting picked off one by one from that Junkrat, just doing a little bit too much damage. Ultimate from the Moira on the enemy team there. Gets eliminated, but then is quickly revived by that Mercy as she got back. The Reinhardt gets that ultimate ability, eliminates the Junkrat there and the Lucio. Can Junkrat get to this Reinhardt out here? It doesn't look like it. Reinhardt is still quite healthy there. Oh, in there with the Diva Bomb. Unfortunately, goes a little bit too far there and not in the pocket and is avoided by everyone else. The ultimate coming out from the Zyra. It's trapping everyone on top of that lava, doing a bunch of damage. The ultimate coming out from the Junkrat, getting a quadruple kill right there. That is really unfortunate for the Madison Marbles there. Getting caught right in that choke point with the bomb is never a good place to be. And it looks like having only 13 seconds left, 10 seconds, they will not be able to get to this point here. So Franklin does a good job of preventing the Madison Marbles from getting on the point. Diva trying to get into the point to contest it, but she is just too late. And the first round of this match goes to the Franklin Nomads.
0-0. Switching sides.
So here, the Madison team is going to have to do a excellent job of trying to prevent the Franklin Nomads from getting on this point, as since they were not able to touch the point themselves, they will have to do the exact same to the Franklin Nomads in order to get this victory here. They really need this one because if the Nomads take this point, they will take this week's match. We'll see how Madison adapts to this.
Ready for battle.
Looks like we have quite a different team from the Marvels here. Got that Baptiste able to bring out the Immortality Field. If XP Liam is able to time that well, he's able to mitigate a lot of damage coming in from the Franklin team, especially with that Death Blossom ultimate available for the Franklin team from the Reaper. Is able to do a lot of damage in a area around him, but if he's in the Immortality Field, no one will be able to be eliminated from that. And then we also have the Mercy from Madison, able to revive whatever character goes down first. The Franklin team has been doing a great job of picking off the backline from Madison, so having that extra security, being able to revive characters that get eliminated will be a huge help for them as well. We also have the Hanzo from Madison. Haven't seen that one from them before, but we have Luigi on that character. Does a lot of damage. Can be a little difficult in order to do a lot of damage because you have to be very accurate. Both teams getting a lot of eliminations here. Looks pretty even here. A little bit in favor of the Madison team. You saw that Immortality Field saving the Reinhardt. Fantastic job. We have the 2 tanks left for Madison. Can they defend against this Reaper? Reaper does very well against the tanks, and they will go down here. And unfortunately, I don't think they're going to be able to stop that. And the Franklin Nomads take this point, and that is the game right there. We'll see what the play of the game here is from, looks like Focus with that Junkrat. Picked off a, oh, yep, that was that quadruple elimination from that Junkrat ultimate. Such a powerful ability if he's able to get that somewhere where the team is grouped up. Looks like another card from the Marvels here. Getting those healers are doing a lot of work here, but it just has not been enough in order to get these wins today. Both teams doing very well, and I believe we will be playing a last third game just for the practice of it, getting those reps in, always getting better for the next game. And we will be right back once we get the third game ready to go. right, we're back here with the last match, although...
Initiating
Yep, here we go. And both teams will now again pick their characters here, and we are on a hybrid mode here. So we have played on this map before where they will get to a point, and then from that point they will move a cart going forward from there. So starting off here, we have the Madison side on the defending team, I believe.
ready for battle.
And looks like we have again a little different of a setup here. We have the Ashe and the Zyra there from Poison Apple for the Zyra, and we have the Ashe from Luigi. Ashe is a long-range sniper character, able to put a lot of damage into the enemy team, and has a pretty decent ultimate where she's able to send out a AI character that acts as a turret and does a lot of damage to the enemy team here. So for healers, we have the Moira, we have the Mercy, maximum healing going for the Marvel's team here. See if that's able to keep them alive longer than before, especially with that gigantic shield and the Zyra. We have a lot of survivability from the Marvel's team. We'll see if they're able to turn that into a victory here. And it looks like Mei, the Frosty character from Ghost, gets a little bit caught out there, tries to go into her icicle, but is taken out shortly afterwards. Looks like the Marvels are pushed back a little bit here. The Ashe trying to combat that Reaper, but it is no chance there, as the Reaper is much better at that close range combat. And the Franklin team trying to take the point here, but we got Frost here in the Frost bubble, trying to just buy some time, but is quickly eliminated once he is out of that protective barrier there. Looks like the Franklin team is taking the initiative, moving up here, taking out the Madison team one by one as they got a little bit too close for comfort there. We have Luigi as the Ashe up on the high ground here, trying to get back to his team. Madison team regrouping here, they should try to get up there for that point, or else the point is just going to keep moving forward there. The ultimate from the Reinhardt, from both Reinhardts. Not a whole lot occurs there though, as both teams are healed up. Zyra from Franklin behind the Madison team. Looks like a few eliminations from the XPL team, and they get the rest of them right there. Just those picks off of the side there, doing a lot of work for the Franklin team. Madison is not able to get these favorable team fights because they are just picked off before they're able to get to that phase of the fighting. So the charge in from here, we hear the ultimate ability from Frost here, gets a couple of eliminations here outside the door with that ultimate, the Riptire ultimate. And it looks like they're actually making a stand here, Madison is, to try to contest this point here, doing a fairly good job of eliminating the rest of the Nomad team here. That Reinhardt coming in. The Battle of the Hammers. Looks like the Franklin Reinhardt did take out ours though, as they move the point up here. This last point is very difficult for the attacking team to move this past here because of this great choke point here that they have available if Madison's able to get into position for it. Looks like the Franklin team took the initiative and is moving up to try to prevent the Madison team from getting into the position for this choke point. And it looks like they're doing a fairly decent job of doing it. Got that ultimate Death Blossom, takes out a couple of the Madison Marvels there. Looks like the Doomfist coming in there, unable to do too much there. And it looks like the Franklin team will get to the end of the point here. And so they ended up getting all 3 points from that round, and Madison will have to come back and get those same 3 points if they want to stay in this last game here. And as we switch sides here,
Initiating match.
Madison's team compositions changing it up a little bit, probably trying to experiment in what works and what doesn't. And we will see how they perform with this next lineup here as well.
Ready for battle. Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Alrighty here. We have, again, a different lineup here. We have Luigi on that Soldier 76, a very good hit scan character that is able to deal a lot of damage very quickly if he's able to get stay alive long enough for that to happen though. Looks like Madison coming up from the left side here to get rid of that choke point over there. Okay, Luigi tried to get in there, but is eliminated on his way in there. Same with the Mercy. Madison, we have eliminated there, and Madison's probably going to have to regroup here for this last push. Did not work in their favor as they got eliminated right at this checkpoint here. Looks like they will be trying the same thing. We have a few skirmishes going on inside of this one building here, but it looks like Franklin does back up a little bit to get back into that advantageous choke point that they had before. We have the Diva outside of her mech trying to get some points to get back in it. She does so. Able to get back in that mech is imperative for the Diva, as she is very weak outside of it. Looks like that Moira got picked off there from the McCree, but is revived from the Mercy. Madison's team trying to back up a little bit here. The ultimate from the enemy McCree there gets a couple of eliminations, but then is eliminated by himself as well. And it looks like the Franklin team will be cleaning up the rest of the Madison team here as well. We have Luigi trying to stay alive, but is quickly eliminated as well. Got Frost dodging the Reinhardt there and able to eliminate him there. We have the ultimate from the Mercy. Does a lot of healing damage. Keeping people alive. But she is quite far away from the rest of her team, so we'll see as they go here. But the ultimate from the Sigma gets her out of her mech, which is not good for her, and it looks like they'll be eliminated here. We have a couple of the Madison Rebels back in the corner here. The Roadhog trying to stay alive. Mercy trying to resurrect to get more people, but it is not enough. The Doomfist still going around as Frost tries to get a couple of eliminations, but is somehow picked off from the corner there from that McCree. The Madison Rebels have 60 seconds left to get on that point. They're going to have to do something soon. We got the ultimate from the Roadhog, although it's not going to do too much without the support of her team. The ultimate from the Reinhardt misses, but it doesn't matter as A couple of other ults come out from the Marvels. We have the Meteor Strike from the Doomfist. Actually gets that Mercy there. A good pick from Frost, but does get eliminated by that Zenyatta right afterwards. This is going to be the Madison Marvels' last attempt at this point here, as they only have 15 seconds left. We have the ultimate coming in from the D.Va. Unfortunately, is shielded from the Reinhardt. The ultimate from Tobjorn, trying to keep Madison off the point, but they are able to get one on there. And as they are in overtime, they have to stay on this point, but that Tobjorn turret up on the top here, getting a ton of damage in. Madison's unable to get up there to eliminate it. And it looks like that will be the end of this round once again. Franklin team pulling out all the stops today, doing a fantastic job of keeping the Marvels off of the points. We have the play of the game from that Tobjorn, probably from the very end there, from that turret up top. Even without the Tobjorn up there, he's still able to do a bunch of damage. And that will be the end of the gold team stream. We'll be right back with the silver team as they begin right at 4 p.m. So stay tuned for that. They are playing against the Hanover Horde for the silver team. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, we are having tryouts going on once again. If you would like to try out for the next season in January for either Overwatch or for Fortnite, you can sign up on the xpleague.gg website. Just look for the Madison, Wisconsin team. And I will be back with an interview from one of the players if they so choose. And then we will be back with the silver game. All right, welcome back here with the first match. Got a little bit late to the party, but they literally just started, and we are playing on a control map with this middle point. Once again, we have a familiar setup from the Madison Marvels with that Reaper from Goofy Gamer, and then from Dominate, it looks like we actually have the hamster ball this time. To start off with, that Reaper from the Horde doing a lot of damage here. Getting that Mercy before she's able to heal up, unfortunately. We have that Wrecking Ball going around in circles. Contesting that point, doing a really good job of that. The Reinhardt from the Horde getting that ultimate off first, doing a lot of damage. The Wrecking Ball is stalling enough time, but it looks like it might not be enough, although Goofy Gamer getting in there, again, trying to stall that capture the point, but it looks like the Horde will take that first point capture as they move up to 100%. We played this game mode the first week, and although I believe the Silver had their bye this week, so this will be a new mode for the Marvels. And as we come up here, the Mercy healing up that Wrecking Ball, keeping him healthy. The Diva almost out of the mech, but the hamster, can he get that Reaper? He can. And it looks like Madison is going to turn the tide of that team fight very quickly there. As the Genji sitting up on top there trying to stall just like the Marvels were doing before, but is taken out by that Sombra. And are they able to get that point? The Diva contesting that point. But the Marvels get the point taken back there, and the Horde is limited to 43% there. And the ultimate from Goofy Gamer gets one, probably just a panic ultimate there, just to keep himself alive. A good job. The ultimate from the Diva as well gets the elimination, actually. That was a very long-range Diva ultimate there, getting that. Now you hear the ultimate coming from that Genji, but is quickly taken out right there by the mines from the hamster. Going in there a little bit too hot. The Horde trying to go in there one by one is not going to be too effective against this team. They have a pretty good hold on this position. Although the Horde taking out that Lucio, but is quickly revived by the Mercy. And then the ultimate from Lucio, getting his entire team that huge shield, making them basically impossible to eliminate. Looks like we got a cheeky roll into the Horde Lucio to get that elimination. Madison doing a good job of holding this point right now. And they have quite a few of their ultimates going up here. And as we can see, Goofy Gamer here with that on fire animation doing a ton of damage, as you can see from everyone there. The Sombra as well from Ghost doing a bunch there. Those hacking abilities from Ghost is able to prevent the enemy from using any of their abilities, and we see Goofy Gamer going in there fearless, using his ultimate, getting a few kills right there as well. That Mercy doing a bunch there. Got the ultimate from the Horde, but it's unable to do anything there, and Madison's doing a fantastic job of keeping them off of the point here. Now that it is overtime, they have to eliminate everyone that is on the point for the timer to start running down. There's one more Lucio, and then the Genji trying to get up on top of that barrel once again to try to stall it even more, but it's only a matter of time before they get him off of there and eliminate him for the first point to go to the Madison Marvels. A great job securing that point after losing it in the beginning there, making sure that they weren't able to get any more percentage off of that, and the first round goes to the Madison Marvels. Now, on this second area here, once again, having a singular point both teams are trying to contest over. Looks like both teams have pretty similar setups. Madison Marvel is not changing a thing except for that Orisa in place of the Diva. Interesting choice, as they had a very dive-heavy composition, and Orisa is more of a defending character, but the Horde pulling out a lot of different characters here. We have the Diva from last time, as well as the Reinhardt they started off with, but Doomfist is coming into the battle, as well as the Zenyatta. They don't have a lot of healing on the Horde's team, so if the Madison team is able to out-heal them, they should be able to do fairly well here. As you can see, both sides, health bar is going way low, and it looks like actually Madison's supports are out first, which is never a good sign, as there is no healing left for the rest of the team here. We have Goofy Gamer going in there quite deep and fearlessly, somehow escapes with his life, continuously putting in damage there, keeping this point contested for as long as possible. And he is finally eliminated though. And it looks like they contest the point with a sliver left for the Horde, and they eventually do get that point secured. The ultimate coming down from the hamster, leaving those bombs everywhere. Ends up getting elimination on that Zenyatta as he falls from the sky. And it looks like this team fight is heading in Madison's favor, although that pin by the Reinhardt, a good job taking out, and then the ultimate, but the revival from that Mercy is able to get that Sombra back in there, and Ghost with that hack, getting it so that none of the Horde can use their abilities, a crippling ultimate ability by Sombra. Although the Horde is doing a fairly decent job of keeping Madison from securing this point, but they could not hold off any longer as Madison takes this point again. Very similar to last game here. Madison taking the point back after around 40% being taken by the Horde. We'll see if they're able to keep it for as long as they were last time. Looks like the ultimate coming down from the Orisa from 007 Master Chief, amplifying all the damage around him. Gets taken out, but then is quickly revived by the Lunar Eclipse. Madison, the ultimate coming out from that Reaper, but it was not quite close enough. But he does end up getting one elimination, trying to take out an Orisa, but then the counter ultimate from the Madison team, but is unable to do enough damage to eliminate him with that, but takes him out with the shotguns instead as well. Look at the Horde, able to take that point back. Very close there from the Madison team being able to contest that once again. And if you saw that, the Lucio actually countered that Reinhardt's dash, enabled him to do absolutely nothing there. Another hack coming out from the Sombra from Ghost, making it so that Lucio really has nothing to do but try to run away. And it looks like the Madison team might be getting this point again, and it flips back to the Madison side after the Horde makes it up to 58% here. Another ultimate coming out from 007 Master Chief, amplifying that damage, staying behind that shield, doing a really good job, although that ultimate is right in the middle of the Madison team, getting 2 eliminations there. Not as bad as that could have been. That was a good ultimate from the Horde right there. And it is once again quite close. Sombra, Ghost trying to stay in there to keep this point from turning over, but it's gonna look like it's gonna go right back to the Horde. This is such a close match right here, going back and forth. Mercy getting a little bit too close for comfort, goes back to her team, and we got the Goofy Gamer going in there a little bit too hard that time and gets eliminated, but the ball goes in, knocks everyone up. The ultimate from that Reaper does end up touching the Sombra. It looks like Madison should regroup here, although they are fighting this tank over here and pulling them a little bit away from the point maybe. And the ultimate from Goofy Gamer once again gets a double elimination, continues for more. As the Horde gets close to getting this point to 100%, the Madison Marvels are now on the point with a significant lead in numbers right now, and they should be able to get it back right here. without the Horde contesting it. And once again, at 99% into overtime, the Madison Marvels get this point back. The Horde's Reaper tries to get in there to get an elimination, but only gets one, and they are able to keep on this point. Now, Madison needs to keep this point all the way up to that 99% and then into overtime. Once again, a lot of things going on here, but it looks like the Madison team might not have enough. We have the Sombra ult that's ready, but she is taken out as well. But the Reaper comes just in time to try to contest that just a little bit longer for the ball to get in there, and it's literally a sliver left for the Hanover Horde to contest this point. So if the ball can stay on the point, getting that resurrection from the Mercy, a great job by Lunar Eclipse to get Goofy Gamer back into the fight here to get some more eliminations. We got the hack coming out from the Sombra from Ghost, limiting their abilities to nothing, and it looks like that's going to be enough with the ultimate Death Blossom from Goofy Gamer to finish off the Horde there for the win. What a close and intense battle that was, but the Marvels came out on top with those coordinated ultimate abilities there, and we'll see what the game of the play was. There is so many good plays that it looks like it chose one of Goofy Gamer's plays here, and it looks like it was that final battle with the hack going on. No one was able to really touch him because of that, and then just throwing out that ultimate ability, doing so much damage around him, able to eliminate basically half of their team. Wonderful job, and you can see the unsung hero, Lunar Eclipse, with 12,000 damage that was healed. 31% of the damage that XPL Madison took that round was immediately healed up by Lunar Eclipse there. And as we get going on to the second game here, we will be right back.
Yeah, I'm not gonna rip it. It doesn't matter at all.
Esports is a multi-billion-dollar industry. We're taking that and we're delivering it to elementary and middle school kids.
Yo, you guys are getting pretty wrecked right now. Dad, all right, push up with me, push up with me.
We're bridging the gap between conventional athletics and competitive gaming. We have kids working on the same technology that the pros are training to improve their skills.
When did you lose? When did you lose? Why did you lose? Like the games that you lost, why did you lose?
Through a partnership with the Positive Coaching Alliance, our coaches go through a double goal certification. They learn not only how to work through the strategies of the different games they're playing, but they also work through how to impact these kids' lives in a positive way. They get to mark and highlight behaviors and attributes that will lead to long-term life skills.
You love being Battle Mercy.
Yes, battle.
No, it's not. Why don't you tell us your favorite move that Mercy does?
So what brought me to XP League is the experience of my children. I had always hoped and wanted them to be a part of a youth athletics team. So I realized they all love competitive gaming. So why not marry their passion with what I'm hoping for them to learn and achieve and put healthy, solid values in place in something that the kids want to do and are excited about doing.
Yes, Fruit Siva.
Experience points. Every game awards experience points. And what we built here is an experience. Professional level equipment, the top tier partners in esports. They're also getting the experience of sportsmanship values, of working with mentors and coaches, and of being part of the team. It's all about the experience.
I need you.
Nice job. Go, group in now. Push in. We don't have to.
Good game.
All right, and welcome back here. After that exciting match, the first game went to the Madison Marbles here, and now we are on the next map, Liangjiang. Once again, playing as that control map. Both teams will be fighting for this central location, trying to get up to that 100% marker. And Madison, actually both teams have been finding some pretty good success with both of their team compositions, so we'll see how they adapt that to this map. And it looks like we have Dominate switching up to the Baptiste here, able to make that immortality field, which will be very effective against some of the higher damage dealing characters that the Horde has pulled out here. With that Mei, her ultimate ability puts down a area of cold and frost that damages everyone. So putting that immortality field down to counter that will be a extremely effective way to deal with that character. And we have Ghost sticking with that Sombra, able to do a lot here in the hacks, making it so that they aren't able to use any ability. The ball going in there, causing a little bit of disruption, allowing his team to get up there first. Looks like it's pretty even here. We got the resurrection from the Mercy from Lunar Eclipse once again, keeping those numbers pretty even here. The Sombra doing a little bit of damage here, hacking the healer so that he's unable to heal his team, and the ball just doing a little bit of distraction work from Dominate here, trying to keep them from selecting this point, and actually gets his ultimate ability fairly soon here, and is able to eliminate both of the Horde's supports, which is critical for trying to win this next team fight, which the Horde does take this position, and that Bastion on the other side here is actually doing a lot of damage to the Madison team here. We'll see how they do here. They have a flanking position, and it looks like Goofy Gamer might be taking advantage of that right now, actually. And the Sombra getting up there in his face takes out the main damage from the Horde here, and it looks like Madison might be able to come in here. The resurrection, though, coming in from the Horde onto that Lucio. Looks like the Lucio is taken out right away again, though. And looks like the Reinhardt actually managed to clip that Baptiste there and get the elimination there, but the Madison team does end up taking that position, and the Bastion a little bit too close for the Horde there. The Mercy tries to heal him, but it is just not going to be enough there. Oh, and it looks like he is pushed down into the hole and down to the lower level. Madison team keeping this point fairly secured here. Got the ultimate from Orisa, which did a lot of damage there, but it looks like that Bastion, once again, doing a ton of damage, getting those eliminations. Definitely going to have to keep track of that character. Wherever he's posted up, you do not want to be within range of that character for very long. Looks like the resurrection from the Mercy there to get that Reinhardt back in the fight a little bit sooner. Madison team, however, quickly got back, and the ultimate from the Bastion almost doing a lot there, but is quickly taken out. And the ultimate from the Diva actually takes out two there, but on the other hand, taking out two from Dominate with those mines. Able to even the playing field a little bit there. That was a good play by Dominate, able to keep it from the Horde from taking that point. And it looks like the ultimate from the Lucio on the Horde is going to secure that point for them there. Madison able to get to 72% right there versus the 45 and climbing from the Horde here. Sombra gets a pick on that Diva, actually. And you can see the ultimate in this little room over here on the side from the Reaper. Goofy Gamer taking out 4 at a time right there. And once again, Madison takes that point. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch that fantastic play by Goofy Gamer. He was off into the side, flanking the enemy team, doing some sneaky things as Reaper as he does. And once again, going in there, has the support of that Mercy for the healing. Really difficult to take care of this Reaper when he has the support of Lunar Eclipse healing him. And is chasing down that D.Va to get the elimination. Coming back for the rest of the team. And the hack from the Sombra secures that victory for the Madison Marvels, getting that first round. And it looks like, as we can see here, the Madison Marvels really falling into a groove there with that Reaper doing a bunch of damage to the tanks, and then we have the Sombra hacking all of the enemy team so they're unable to do their abilities, which is crippling to most of the characters in this game. And then we have the front line with Ripper and 007 Master Chief. While Baptiste isn't strictly a tank, having that immortality field is imperative for keeping some of these champions alive. And then finally Dominate, keeping that distraction alive, making sure that the Horde has to use every ounce of effort to keep those points. And then the Mercy with all of that healing. I can only imagine what numbers she will put up today with that healing for this round. Alrighty, and to start here, we got the ball up on the high ground actually. Probably would be able to take the point from up there. Dominate just taking the advantageous position. It looks like the Reaper was actually taken out by that Doomfist. A powerful character. The Mercy left alone, unable to get that resurrection, unfortunately. And it looks like the Horde might be taking this first one unless Dominate is able to keep them off of this point. He is a little bit unhealthy right now with his health pool falling kind of low with no armor. There's his shields though. That, and also I didn't even realize Ghost was also on the point with the Sombra. Being an invisible character sometimes is quite difficult to find that. But it looks like he was found out and has to teleport back to his safe location. And the first capture goes to the Horde. Once again, they have been doing a great job of actually doing that. Getting that first point, but the D.Va out of her mech, super weak. While we were watching that, a lot of other eliminations occurred from the Baptiste and the Sombra here. Sombra up with her ult again, able to do that mass hacking where no one is able to use their abilities on the enemy team for quite a while. The Reinhardt there trying to get onto the point before it was taken by Madison, but was unable to do so, and the Horde only able to get up to 24%. You can see here the Reinhardt used his life to take out the Reaper, but once again, Lunar Eclipse coming in there with that clutch resurrection, keeping him into the fight. And the ultimate ability comes out there, but unfortunately is frozen by the Mei there. With her Frost Gun is able to freeze a character very slowly and even make it so that they're unable to use anything and they're stunned. But Madison still has control of the point as the rest of Goofy Gamer's team made sure to keep him alive there. Ultimate coming out from Lunar Eclipse, getting a lot of healing done. Going to force the Horde to halt their push at the moment. Although that was a very strong hit by that Doomfist, able to one-shot the Reaper right there. But the amplification field from the Baptiste doing so much damage to the enemy team. They're unable to really get through that one point. And they quickly eliminate. The Horde, however, does have quite a few ultimate abilities here. Almost all 6 of them. So this next team fight will be in their favor. So we'll see how they do that here. They should make sure to group up. We have the Doomfist in the back here, actually. Used his ultimate ability to get into the back line, but really should be with the rest of his team as he just gets hacked by Ghost and then is unable to really do anything from there. And it doesn't look like they're going to get to that point, so having all of those ultimate abilities, still unable to get onto that point as they didn't group together well enough there, and Madison takes that match as well. So we have the play of the game here by one of the Horde from that D.Va. The D.Va ultimate, super strong, when put in a key location like the middle of the objective there, gets 3 eliminations there. A fantastic job from that player for sure. And it looks like this time actually we have multiple across the board here. A lot of eliminations by Ghost and Dominate here, but then also we have Lunar Eclipse there with a bunch of assists as well, which means that she was a part of almost every elimination in that game, just through healing or through her damage boosting abilities. And so with that, the Madison team takes the victory. We will most likely do a third and final friendly game just for that added practice, and we will be right back with that. Alright, welcome back. We are at the third map here. Started a little late on the casting, but they just started here. Both teams quickly onto the point. The control point doesn't unlock for another 10 seconds, so they have a little bit of time to get their aggression out here. And it looks like actually Ghost up here with that Soldier 76 doing a bunch of damage up here. No one is really paying attention to the high ground. And we got the immortality field from Ripper, making it so that he is able to keep pumping in that damage. The Horde still able to get the point secured as the ground war was lost for the Madison Marbles there. Oh, and it looks like the Pharaoh finally had enough of what was going on that high ground there and eliminates Ghost and Ripper from the high ground. Alright, and it looks like the Madison team is getting a little bit closer here. We have quite a few changes in the lineup from the Madison Marbles. If we can get a break in the action for just a second here, we have the Roadhog from Dominate, a very high health character that's able to actually heal himself instead of relying on his team. So it was a good choice considering that Lunar Eclipse moved over to that Moira. Still has a lot of healing, but a little bit less so than the Mercy. more so of a team healer than an individual one. And it looks like the ultimate coming out from the Roadhog gets a couple of eliminations there, and a third one on that Mercy. Looks like Madison is about to capture this point as soon as they eliminate that Diva, and they get it back. 64% for the Horde, as Madison starts ticking up as well. And the bombs coming out from the hamster there doesn't really do a whole lot, but Mercy trying to resurrect that hamster, but unable to do so, as she is eliminated by Ripper. Looks like the Diva ultimate coming in. Will they be able to get away? The Immortality Field actually saves Ripper there. A fantastic use of that ability right there. But it looks like the rest of them are cleaned up, as Ripper was the only one to survive that one. And they do actually get it back just in time. The Wrecking Ball is not able to get back onto the point in time. 007 Master Chief just a fraction of a second too late. And it looks like the Horde is actually taking advantage of that high ground up there. Might be a little bit of a dangerous play, as they really have nowhere else to go if the Madison team ends up taking that point or doing some AoE damage up there. Looks like the ultimate ability coming from Ghost, trying to get some damage in there, but is eliminated from the high ground. Madison, I'm not sure if they actually noticed that they're up there yet. That point, such a strange area. There we go. They now have recognized the threat and have taken the points. And maybe a little bit of a misplay from the Horde there, letting Madison take that point when they were at 99%. And now Madison will try to remain here. But Bob coming in, doing a bunch of damage as a turret here, keeping the Horde away from the points. A lot's going on here. Both teams being fairly even on amount of players here, but the Roadhog does a bunch of damage. Good job by Dominate getting the push off of there, and then Lunar Eclipse in with that ultimate. The Transcendence doing a bunch of damage, and eliminations by the Roadhog there by Dominate. They got to get up to 99% in order to go into overtime once again. The minefield coming out from the Wrecking Ball. Once again, Madison doing a good job of avoiding that. It looks like a couple of the players are a little bit sectioned off there, but the rest of their team is able to eliminate those mines so that they are able to get back onto the point. And as we approach 99% here, we move into overtime. The Horde, this will be their final push, although it looks like they ran right into 007 Master Chief's minefield right there and get quickly eliminated with Ripper putting down that Immortality Field. And the Madison Marbles take that first round of this friendly match. On to the second one. We'll see if the Horde makes any changes. They had some great success with that Pharaoh, doing a lot of AoE damage, able to stay quite far back, which will be more useful in this map because there is more vertical space for her to fly around in. So as we look at that character, although they decided to change it, I thought that that would have been an excellent pick from them. Oh, and they choose back. So I was right. They do want to take that Pharaoh in there. More vertical space is always a benefit to that character, as she's able to just fly around, dealing a bunch of damage from long range. Although extremely fragile if she gets caught out. As you can see, she only has 200 health, no healing abilities, and no defensive ones either. Very bold move by the Pharaoh right there, going in there on foot. Should probably try to take the high ground, set in those rockets from long range. Looks like Madison takes the point to start with here, as the Horde try to regroup. Once again, the Pharaoh not taking advantage of that height. She needs to be able to stay up in the air in order to stay alive, as Madison is just taking them apart one by one as they try to enter this area here. The Junkrat trying to do some damage, somehow survives much longer than thought, and it does take out Eclipse right there for the Moira. Alright, Madison, a little bit low on health right here. Doesn't have as much healing potential as they normally do, although the Baptiste doing all of the healing that he can. Oh, and it looks like the Reaper is taken out by one of those blasts from the Riptire. And the ultimate coming from that, from the Horde right there, is doing a lot of damage, stunning everyone, and it looks like the Horde will be able to take this point back from the Marvels if they're not able to get back on the point. And it looks like they do. The ultimate ability, though, coming from the Hanzo, catching the Pharaoh out there and dealing a little bit of damage to the rest of them there. A decent ultimate there from Ghost, getting the odds turned in their favor, but does end up getting taken out himself, as Hanzo being a pretty fragile character. The ultimate coming from the Hamster here, backing them into a corner, might be pretty useful here. And the ultimate coming out from Dominate, doing a bunch of damage there and pushing a couple of them out of the area, but is eliminated quickly after that. They're able to heal through that with the Mercy from the Horde. And we got the ultimate coalescence from the Lunar Eclipse. It actually stays alive quite long. And we got the double elimination back here as the fight ensues closer and closer to the Madison spawn. Not a favorable choice by the Horde, but it seems to be working out for them so far. Probably catching the Madison Marvels off guard, forcing them to regroup once again. It looks like we have another change from Ghost here. Going to that Junkrat would be a very good choice here, as that ultimate ability, Riptire, is able to do a lot of damage to enemies that are close together, as in ones that are on this close-knit point here. Alright, we got the fight occurring on the side here. We got a couple of resurrections coming from the Mercy from the Horde. Ultimate ability from it, trying to survive there. Dominate does so and actually hooks the Mercy, but just isn't enough to get her eliminated with that ultimate ability going. But does prevent her from doing too much more healing. We got a lot of individual fights going on in the arena right now. We have a contention, but it won't last for very long, and it doesn't appear that the Madison Marvels will be able to take this point, and the Horde take this round. And a little bit of a late ultimate there from Goofy Gamer. Wasn't able to get that charged up before they were lost for this round. And on to this final round here. It is 1-1 for this scrimmage game. And we will see how both teams do here. We got a couple of change-ups. Looks like Ripper taking the role of that Mercy. Going to do a lot of healing. Or the Zenyatta. Decides on the Zenyatta. Once again, Zenyatta does a lot of damage for support and almost no survivability. Is very good because he is able to put an Orb of Discord on the enemy team, which essentially amplifies all damage coming from there. It looks like 007 Master Chief fell to his demise right there, not realizing that the railing does not save you as a giant wrecking ball. Both teams getting onto the point here. Wrecking Ball might be a little late to the party, but being such a fast character, it shouldn't be too much of a problem, and it looks like fairly even from both sides here. As it looks like Madison got a little bit of that point started there. Got Ghost back on his main Genji, doing a bunch of damage. They take out the Diva mech, and it looks like he is trying to get the elimination on the Diva and does so. But that Diva is resurrected by the Mercy. And the Genji from Ghost doing a good job of just staying inside the point. And as we move to his view, just keeping super up into the air. He's only got 22 health left, so he's bound to be eliminated soon, one would think. But somehow he is still in here, somehow avoiding every single bullet that comes his way. Getting a little bit of healing there from his teammates, and finally is relieved of his duty of delaying the point being captured by some of his allies. And he actually has his ultimate ability ready as well, so as soon as he sees the opportunity to do so, he will be using that fairly soon here, although Madison Marbles is doing a good job of cleaning up the remaining horde here and actually managed to contest the point for long enough that they're going to capture it themselves, it looks like. Except for the Lucio gets there last second. Both teams, neither of which have actually captured this point, but the Riptire coming in, came in, it looked like a good point for him to explode, but he waits for the opportune moment and gets that triple elimination there, forcing the Madison Marbles to regroup. And it looks like the first capture will go to the Horde. A bitter battle between both teams to try to get that first objective going there, but it looks like the Horde managed to come out on top there against the odds with that Riptire turning the tides. It looks like we actually have a Doomfist that have joined instead of that Reaper, although it's quickly eliminated. Although that combination between the ultimates right there did a massive amount of damage and actually eliminates the rest of the Horde there, except for the Pharaoh is left, but is quickly eliminated afterwards, and it looks like Madison will be taking this point back from the Horde. But now with Madison used all of their ultimate abilities there, while the Horde still has 3, almost 4 of theirs left, this next battle will most likely be in favor of the Horde, so Madison will have to take precautions not to get into a straight up team fight with the enemy Horde right now. Gotta pick off the enemy team, although we see the Diva mech does get 1 elimination right there. Definitely could have been worse there, although we got the ultimate ability from both of the Lucios actually. Both teams are going to be practically unkillable at this point until those ultimates wear off. It looks like the Horde is trying to get the Madison Marbles off here, but it looks like the Marbles are doing a great job of staying on the point. And then once they get a little bit too low for comfort, getting out of there, getting healed up by the healers, and then moving right back in there once they're healed up to full. It's a very good transition. And it looks like Ghost actually reflecting that ultimate ability from Pharaoh. A great use of the reflector from Genji. Basically immediately eliminated that Pharaoh since she does so much damage with that ultimate ability, raining rockets from above. But that Riptire coming back in from the Junkrat does get 2 eliminations there on Lunar Eclipse and also 007 Master Chief as well. It looks like the Horde might be taking this back as there is not enough marbles there to contest at this time. We got the Doomfist coming from the backside here, coming in a little bit hot here, but it looks like he's able to actually do 1 elimination there, while the Genji from Ghost skirts around the outskirts. They have the ultimate from the Wrecking Ball, keeping that position clear of all enemies with those mines. And we have a straight up firefight here, but the ultimate from Dominate there, doing a great job to keep them all grouped together for all of the AoE abilities there. And it looks like the Reinhardt had a good opportunity there to get a bunch of people in his ultimate, but just unfortunately sent that ultimate ability into the wall instead of the marbles right there. And it looks like the marbles will be able to take this to 99% here, and then it will go into overtime, although there is no Horde on the points. Can they get there in time? It does not appear so. And this round goes to the marbles. A great scrimmage game from both teams there. And the Madison Marbles end up on top. We'll see what the play of the game here was actually from Dominate here with that Roadhog from this first map here, using that ultimate ability here. I believe at the end, or maybe not even, gets the play of the game without even using his ultimate, getting 3 eliminations. And once again, look at all of that healing done. Ghost actually with 55 eliminations. which is an insane amount. 57% of the eliminations go to Ghost right there. And with that, I will go get one of the Madison Marvel Silver players for a quick interview to get their opinion on how this game went, as I will be right back. Welcome back. I have Ghost here with me today. So, Ghost, how did you think today's game went?
Very good. We had good communication. Good plays, definitely.
Yeah, what was your favorite play that you did today?
Definitely the Sombra when I got like quadruple kill.
Yeah, yeah, the Sombra was super powerful. Getting those hacks in did a lot of damage to the end. I mean, it doesn't do any damage, but not being able to do any of their abilities is super important, right? So, yeah. And so, I guess the last question for me is, or for you is, what do you think the team did best today?
Definitely controlling the point against the overtime one.
Yeah, yeah, you guys did a really good job of delaying that point multiple times, actually, especially in that first round when you guys both were at 99%. you did the full hack to everyone, and then we got the Reaper coming in with that ultimate ability there. So, well, thank you. And then we actually have 2 XP coin recipients today. We have Ghost, and then we also have Dominate here, as I'll bring him in as well. So if you want to go off to the side and then Dominate.
Do I have to actually talk?
Yeah, you gotta talk.
You stole my idea for this question. Can I just say same sim?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so go ahead, take a seat. Alright, and then so my question for you is, well, we'll do a little different. So what was your favorite moment in the game? So like
When I was playing Zarya and me and Ghost did the Zarya Graviton Surge, and then he.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was in that last game, right? Where you sucked them all together with that ultimate ability, and then Ghost just went in there and sliced and diced them and eliminated the rest of them over there. That was a very good play. Zarya is pretty powerful at with that ultimate ability, keeping all the characters together so that they're not able to dodge any of your attacks, right? And what was your favorite character that you played today? I know you played a lot of different characters today.
Wrecking Ball.
The Wrecking Ball? Yeah, you did a lot of good work getting those. You distracted the team a lot with that Wrecking Ball, keeping the point contested. That was a good job. Yeah, anything else you want to tell everyone?
No.
No? All right. Well, thank you for talking with me today, and thanks to Ghost as well. Just remember, I believe I've said it a few times, but we're having tryouts again for XP League. So for both Overwatch and for Fortnite are going to be going on until December 22nd. And then you can sign up on xpleague.gg and then just go look up the Madison region. And that's all I have for you today. Stay tuned for next week. We will be having some more games for both the